a boy back there is doing that as well for us.
Won the toss.
And decide to
And
field.
fielding.
Yes. Let me get them muffled, right? So a pleasant good morning to one and all. Welcome back to the Broward County Stadium.
Well, the umpires making their way out to the middle, and we have umpires Samuels today and Rennie. So early in the day, the toss would have been spun. Atlanta Paramvere, they would have called. No, they won the toss and elected to field. There's an unchanged list of players from yesterday. And Eddie now will give you the rundown of the 12 players that were selected, because the skipper made sure he told me same 12.
So the Atlanta Paramvere's team reads as follows: Red Emirate, Chris Gale, Param Patel, Akil Hussain, Kerry Pear, Damian Banks, Wayne Parnell, Marquino Mindley, Stephen Taylor, Karam Khan, Olan Kato, and that brings the tally to some 12 players. Ivor Henry?
Yes, indeed, as well. They would have. And now we can give you the Brampton Pacers 11.
Starts with Mark DL, Jadet Ranhawa, Leonardo Julian, William Perkins, Asad Zaidi, Jagdeep Rahadwa, Rajit Singh, Junaid Siddiqui, Salman Nazar, Sudeep Bra, and Waka's Butt. So that's the team for the Brampton Pacers. And Ivor, not very much in terms of action going on out in the middle.
Well, it's going to be an action-packed day, I can tell you that. We're hoping to see some enthralling cricket today, and we hope to up the ante here in the com box. I guess from time to time, yesterday we had a few hiccups, so we're going to apologize to the listeners out there and the viewers. But it seems as if the viewing was pretty much okay, so we're going to take it smack on the cheek and on the face and do our utmost best and try to bring justice to this, the US Open in its 12th edition. And we want to say good morning to Vinod Manchad over there in Trinidad and Tobago. And perhaps later today we'll be having the golden voice of Lenny Archibald. And if not, certainly as of Thursday, he will be in. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be having him later this evening.
So the fielding team make its way out towards the middle, along with the two openers for the Brampton Pacers. Looks like
at this time too, I'll just send a big shout out to Shaw over there in Canada. He was unable to make the trip this time around, but trust me, his spirit is here with us. He's up front and center, not physically. We're doing the physical distancing, so this is really physical distancing between Shaw and the boys over here at the Broward County Stadium in the beautiful city of Lauderhill. So we have Mr. Audley Watson standing by. We haven't seen any one of the other commentators. I think Canis hovering around. Haven't seen White as yet. But today we'll do it a little different. If you're going to be good, we're going to be good for 5 overs each. And if you're bad, we're going to be bad for only 5 overs at a time. So, gentlemen, we're going to just put a little change on the proceeding, what we would have had, a little different from yesterday. So, Eddie, did you have a good night's sleep?
Certainly, and let me attack you early from ball one. You said that Vinod is in Trinidad. Are you sure he's in Trinidad now?
I didn't say that.
What did you say?
I say he's in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, so are you sure he's in Trinidad and Tobago?
Let me raise
Or
my...
in between?
I just raised my hand, so I'm sure.
You sure? And that's your final answer?
That's my final answer, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, let me join Ivor Henry in wishing Vinod Mamshan a pleasant good morning. And as I look back, I saw, I'm looking at my biggest analyst in the competition here, Mr. Amir Khan. Welcome back, Mr. Amir Khan. How are you doing today, sir?
Excellent, excellent.
It's a pleasure to have you back.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. You got only one chance today.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Ivor has had a
In
lot.
cricket, we have one chance.
Oh, in cricket.
Also, you don't get a second chance in cricket.
So one, it is without loss. And he is bowling. Delivery cutting back into the right-handed Jagat Ranhawa, looking to give himself some room, perhaps just a little bit too much. And Indian lost this wicket to Hussain. Big strike, big wicket there, Amir Khan.
It was an excellent delivery. Right came in and nipped back into the batsman, and the bowler really pitched it on a good line and length, and that's what takes you wicket here. So that's the key to the T20 good bowling side, to have the bowlers pitching on the right spot at the right times. So that's the conclusion we got of the good line and length. We got a good wicket, opening batsman, and is on a very second ball of this over.
So early in this innings, we've seen the pitch seems to be playing a tad better than yesterday. Kudos to the curator. So the new batter is Ranjit Singh. He comes to replace Rahanwar, who really didn't trouble the scorer. So it is 1 for 1. William Perkins is at the non-strikers end. Amir?
Due to the moisturized factor of that Florida weather, wicket is a little bit, have some moisture in it a little bit, and it's going to help the bowler to, the ball is going to skid for first 10 hours. And the bowler can take advantage of that, of the skid of that from the wicket.
And the bowlers would want to extract the early morning moisture from the batting track. So it's Hussain now to bowl to Singh. In behind it, outside the line of the off stump. So young Stephen Taylor thus far looking good behind the stump. We saw him yesterday when he got in among the run with Christopher Gale. Local talent here locally.
It was a little bit on the ball pitched towards the leg side, but at the end result is good. Here comes his fifth ball of the over, and ball is skidding through the wicket this morning, and it's going to be a great help to the bowlers.
Push it back along onto the one side. The bowler comes across and fields his own ball, and the batsman can get no run. Total remains on 1. 1 it is for 1. Singh has faced some 3 deliveries, and he hasn't scored yet. And Perkins has yet to face a delivery. Pushing it back the track. The over comes to an end at the end of a very successful over from the first over from Hussein. So it's 1 for 1, and this is the first game of the day. Amir.
Actually, this when you lost a wicket and that early part of your inning, that puts a lot of pressure on the on remaining batsmen. The batsmen coming in with a mindset with a pressure, even as compared to batsmen coming in without any pressure, he'll perform much better at that level. But we are here at the international level right now, and everybody needs to perform. And we are playing against the famous and the one and only Chris Gayle. And we have on house today Mr. Chris Gayle, and we have Emirates also. It's a good bowling and batting line for that team. But Afghans, Brandon Pacers, they need to step up.
So it's going to be Marquino Mindley in operation from the southern end, and he'll be bowling to William Perkins. Chris Gayle is at first slip. On his punch into the cover region.
Yeah, I've noticed that the bowling team is bowling today better than yesterday in their first match. They have put together they're getting back on tracks on line and length. They're concentrating on that, and what I've seen in the first 2 hours.
So first 2 deliveries from Mindley. Perkins now coming down the track. Does a little bit of gardening. What do you expect? What do you think about that, Mr. Khan?
I think there's a lot of real estate to be covered. There's a lot of things that miles and miles they need to work hard to get where they want to be.
Straight to panel into the cover region. So Perkins getting a little bit aggressive there with that third delivery from Mindley.
Manley is doing excellent so far. Good bowling. He's right through the par and right good line and length he's bowling, and he's bowling according to his field. That's very important for Fantasy 4s and MAQ Fantasy 6s today in the game, especially from the one and a special batsman in the world, Mr. Chris Gayle.
Well, let's see what happens, because yesterday the very first ball that Bishop bowled to Chris Gayle, he was comprehensively beaten and bowled. Not that he didn't have a good innings, but he had a good knock of some 39. Beaten outside the line of the off stump is Singh, and at the end of the over, at the end of over number 2, the Pampa Warriors, winning the toss, decided to field first. I'm sorry. Brampton Pacers, they are 2 for the loss of 1 wicket.
I have seen yesterday Chris Gayle playing. Now I think he's playing with a little bit planning also, especially against the spinners. That was his little weakness against the spinners, but he did very good job yesterday playing against the spinners, and first 8 overs were very crucial at that time, the spin bowling.
So it's a big bat you'd want to play in yourself to give your team a chance to win. It's going to be the continuation of Akil Hussain from the northern end. One is swinging the way down towards the wide mid wicket and into the over the fence for 6.
Beautiful.
So good looking shot there by William Perkins.
It was a very good shot. He actually, the ball was a little bit short of length, and he picked up early to play his stroke, and he played very well. Stroke for a long six runs. Here comes the first fantasy MAQ fantasy is number 6 of today morning.
Why you say fantasy though?
Fantasy I've seen over there in right across the back in the back. You said U.S. Open fantasy. I would like to know what is fantasy is. So that's come to my mind is maybe the fantasies
Sixes
are
and fours?
6s and 4s.
You take to that, Ivor Henry? Talking about under pressure to perform. Perkins just backing away. Give himself enough room. But couldn't get it past the man at the deep long off position.
You know, when we was growing up, so we've been taught to play with a soft hand sometime for singles. Like if you kept this shot as a soft hand, it will not travel fast to the fielder.
Just like what Perkins did there, get a quick single. Total goes up by 1 to 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. Brampton Pacers now, I know it's early days yet, but do you have any sort of a prediction, Amir?
The Brampton Pacers need to get at least for this game 160 plus to be in a competitive side of it. And let's see how if they don't lose early wickets, they can do it, but losing early wickets can put a pressure on them, back pressure onto them.
That's a wide delivery down the leg side, signal and called wide by the umpire. Total goes up to 10 for 1. Hussain just strain a little bit down the leg side. It is in the air. Has the distance? No. Just enough to carry to the man at the deep long all position, and he takes the catch. And the second wicket has fallen. Amir Khan.
What a good catch! What a good catch! He judged follow through his line, not touching the line and getting the catch is tremendous example of balance, of how balanced you are. So very well balanced, athletic, good arm, good reach, and got a good catch. And now they are at 10 for 2.
That was a good catch by Ebanks out in the deep.
So San made a big breakthrough, and we want to see some more. They at this point they need to get settled in there and start build up a little partnership. If they lose in next 2-3 hours one more wicket, they'll be in under pressure, and if they see an under pressure, I don't see they crossing 120.
So Hussain now has taken some 2 wickets or some 9 runs, and he has bowled some 1.4 overs. So good bowling by the young Trinidadian. It brings now Mark Dale into strike.
Excellent piece of bowling, and good field placement for according to his ball.
So the young man out of Trinidad and Tobago, of course he was the man of the match from yesterday. So you have that to really build upon.
Beautiful line and length, and with his bowling and is getting